Hey guys, welcome to the conversation. I'm Jerry,
I'm Ryan.
and this is Two Brothers Off Script. If you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button and the notification icon. If you don't like what we're doing, leave us a comment at the bottom and tell us why, and we will ignore you.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah. I ain't got that much time in the day. Too
I
busy
won't.
having fun.
I won't cry about it.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a lot to be thankful about this week. We're shooting this on a Friday. It's late at night, and it's cold in the garage. So,
A little space heater, a little water to make sure our blood doesn't freeze.
and Thanksgiving is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
Yeah.
A lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, it's almost the end of No Booze November. So
Whew.
I get to start drinking. You get to drink with me if we're going to do the 25 shots at Christmas.
We may. We'll see. 25 Beers of Christmas is up from last year. You can go check that out.
That's in there. It's on the playlist all by itself. It's bad camera work. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy my...
Vertical video syndrome.
Yeah.
Lots going on. We shot the video last week. Updates on the treehouse, so lots of fun there.
Yeah.
And I think too, we're in kind of a season where politics continues to be crazy. They say when you go to Thanksgiving, you don't want to talk about religion or politics. I personally love to talk about religion and politics because they're controversial.
Almost.
It's
a year
fun
later.
for me.
And it's over a year later now. I mean,
The world hasn't ended yet
this is still
for me.
Nothing's really going to change. Not in the small time worlds that we live in. I think, but people are caught up, man. There's so much going on every single day. I find it hard. Like, I was really intrigued. I was listening to a lot of political radio, trying to catch all the news, and I am not the kind of person who is like, I'm only watching Fox or I'm only watching CNN. Like, I try to listen to ABC, a couple of my local stations, conservative radio. I listen to podcasts, I listen to NPR, I listen to all kinds of stuff to get a wide variety of opinions, because I really want to be informed, but obviously sometimes there's just so much information that we're all inundated with that there's no way to really be like, oh yeah, that's definitive, because everyone's got a different idea.
Well, and they do, right? It's like, I had this conversation today with a guy. Like, the news, I'm not going to say the news has never been propaganda. Obviously, the news has been propaganda in every country, all the time, forever. However, it feels like journalism used to have some more feeling of, this is a thing that happened, that is a fact.
Yeah.
Right? This is a statement about a thing that happened. There was a fire. There was a robbery. There was a break-in. Okay, those are facts, right?
Yeah.
Now, every news show is like an episode of The View, okay? Where the women sit around the table and they talk about whatever the topic.
Most of us know what The View is. I was an avid watcher for a while.
Our show is not like The View. We've only got two people.
We have views.
But it feels like, because they'll say something. Hey, look, here's this tax plan. It's coming down like a freight train. Watch out. The tax plan's going to destroy the world.
Depends on which side you're on.
You listen to the other guy? Tax plan's going to be the greatest thing ever. Okay, so two opposing statements, right? But then it turns into The View. You get five heads pop up, right? They've got their tokenistic view of the world where they pick people for their segment of representation, whatever side of the aisle these people are on. They pick the token dude from the other side who disagrees with whatever the position is that they're taking.
And they've got a slam question
for
them.
They pick whether it's a male or female host. They pick a male or female opposite. They pick somebody that they view represents the minority view, which seems so crazy to me to act like people are only what their outward appearance is, and so they can be represented by this one person because they're the same. And then they have someone who's the same as the host, basically.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the heads pop up and what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And it's all opinion. Yeah. There is no, this is a fact and this is what happened.
Instead of just reciting the news, there's a lot of opinion.
And yeah.
But it's the, obviously, since the quote-unquote 24-hour news cycle happened,
they had to make some stuff up.
They had to make stuff up. They had to fill in the fill the time because it's such a demanding thing. And you know that these people are TV personalities, and whatever information they're given is, you know, the sheet that just came in, this is what I've got. The teleprompter, somebody wrote this. It's like not a lot of specific writing goes into delivering, you know, a hard-hitting piece. This isn't all 60 minutes.
True.
Very few interviews anymore, as much as it's just like, you know, slam, gotcha journalism.
Yeah, it seems like the interviews have all gone to the comedy guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know when that switched, but now
you gotta watch Bill Maher.
Yeah, you gotta watch Bill Maher. You gotta watch The Daily Show. You've gotta watch Late Night.
I can't stand it anymore. And they chose sides. I used to really like Colbert. I watched him all the time. I watched The Daily Show. I watched all these shows, and then like this next generation, it just all went like, well, we can't get 50-50, so let's just swing it all one way or the other. I can't watch SNL anymore. I get a few occasionally. They'll do some real comedy where it's non-political comedy.
Right.
And it's like in the beginning, the Alec Baldwin cold opens were funny. You know, like, oh, cool. You know, he's doing a
Megan McCarthy.
A weird
Sean Spicer.
Yeah, those were all hilarious in the beginning. And then it was just like, okay, well, that worked. So we got enough ratings. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And they just keep throwing the same stuff. And it got really boring, and now I don't watch it anymore unless it pops up on my YouTube. I'll link it down below if no one's been bothered by David S. Pumpkins. That one was pretty funny. So, anyways, the news isn't news anymore. It's all opinion. There's a lot of stuff still going on politically. We can't seem to get away from it, and so we're stuck in being, in a way, our own sort of news program, you know, delivering the news of the day or something like that. I'd like to bring it back a little bit more personal, you know, like I've been dieting, right? That's oftentimes in the news, you know, if you don't want to be fat, stop eating bags of potato chips, watching YouTube.
Yep.
You know,
there you go.
But on mine, I just stopped eating sugar. I went on what's called the keto diet about July 1st or so. In October, and my birthday month and my kid's birthday, and flying down to Mexico and doing a wedding out in Ohio, we went crazy. We blew it up. I gained 10, 15 pounds back out of all the weight I lost, and then got right back on the diet and lost it again, so that was awesome. But I'm proud to say that I'm officially down 38 pounds.
How awesome.
You know, and so that's my diet, keto. Look it up. It's real easy to do. Just stop eating everything that tastes good. But no, I eat bacon and eggs every morning.
Which does taste good.
Sausage, bacon and eggs or sausage. Like it's delicious. And then I drink almond milk when I want milk. And did you know that there's like 12 grams of sugar in every cup of milk?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, lactose is milk sugar.
Milk doesn't taste good.
Sounds like glucose, which is sugar.
Real whole milk.
Right, has sugar. Because it's designed to turn a little tiny cow into a big fat cow.
Right.
That's why it has sugar in it.
Well, no, it's...
And it has fat. It has sugar and fat.
Fat is fine. When they remove the fat to make it low-fat milk, they add sugar to make it not taste like water.
Yes.
So, milk is gross. Sometimes. I drink heavy cream in my coffee every once in a while. But anyways, keto's working out great. Me and my wife, we both lost.
It's awesome.
Good weights. And there's still room to go, but it's a lifestyle change really more than a diet.
And you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from selling your house.
Hop, skipping away. Everything's going through on that. Our house is bought essentially. We're
the new one.
Our old house our house that we're in now is sold. And we'll move out next month, beginning of the month, and then we'll be moving right into the new house. So it'll be a nice, hopefully smooth.
And you're going pretty far, aren't you? You're moving away.
It's like about 2.5 miles, you know. So same neighborhood.
We're not living really closer. So it's not quite an everybody loves Raymond type of situation.
It might change my commute to his house like by
a few minutes,
5 minutes at the most. But that's just me trying to get out the door. But it's great. It's a side move, a lateral move. Not a huge upgrade, but it's definitely going to give us like a bigger yard so we can get a dog or something, and not a townhouse. It'll be a house. So we'll actually have kind of our own 4 walls now, which would be nice. But so I'm doing good on that, making moves, and my job's going pretty good. I've done a lot of improvement at work, trying to find good, efficient ways to do things and helping the guys that I work with get better at their jobs. And then my last personal positive this week, I was hanging out on the secondhand sites. I use one called OfferUp. It's pretty decent. It's basically like a Pinterest site, so you just swipe through pictures and stuff and find everything. And I found like a couple of computers on there just the other day, and it was like a steal of a deal. I don't think it was stolen. The story was they downsized their company or upgraded their computers and gave computers to all the employees, and then they ended up selling the company or something like that. I mean, they didn't look shady, so they didn't come out all scratchy and meet me in a dark alley anywhere to give me these things. So pretty sure it was legit, but I got some pretty sweet computers that I'm going to fix up and probably resell, make a couple of dollars cash.
That's great.
Because this ain't making me nothing. This is just for fun.
This is just for fun.
So that's my positive.
Yeah, it was a good week. Like I said, we got a lot done on the treehouse project, which has kind of been an all summer thing, I guess. Really, when I think about it. And I'm doing school, and that takes up a lot of my time. I was thinking about what you said about work has been going real well, and you've been doing better. I feel like I'm definitely in a spot with my job where I'm getting very confident in just the balance of what's expected of me on
ownership of position.
Yeah, I think one of the challenges that's interesting is that you know how you don't necessarily know, like you can never know for sure that you're ready for a next level, right? Or to do more. It's so easy to look up at your boss and criticize them. Right,
lacking.
Well, yeah, because they didn't do A, B, and C the way that you thought they should have. But the more jobs you have, and the more criticism you receive from people who work for you,
right?
You start to realize other people see you the exact same way, right? And it's always hard. I had a situation just the other day where somebody was really just unhappy with the answer that I gave them. Just really disgusted with me, basically. And I felt like I honestly, legitimately felt like we're doing you a favor and you're complaining about the favor.
Right.
And at the end of this person goes, hey, thanks for being such a great boss. I don't think they meant it. I felt like there was dripping sarcasm there. And as I walked away from that situation, I was thinking, man, like, I hope I don't act that way to my boss. I hope I don't give my boss that kind of attitude.
Well, I don't think you get to where you are.
When I disagree. Well, but certainly, you can see people at all kinds of levels in organizations, right?
Yeah.
Who are just jerks.
But you're going to know, like, the person that can be two-faced, the person that knows how to play a game to get to a position versus the person who's in a bad position or in a lower position, who refuses to enhance themselves to get to the next level. Like we've talked about before, you had started as a lowly
cart pusher extraordinaire,
and then you worked yourself out of a job, and then a lowly VHS stalker at Hollywood Video, rest in peace.
I know, right?
In the
RIP.
In the graveyard of Netflix conquests. It's, you start somewhere. Everyone does.
Everyone does.
But when you see the guy, no offense, if you're a watcher, who's 50 years old working at McDonald's, you don't, at a certain point, that guy said, not going to try anymore. I've had enough of trying.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to do this. And you know what? I'll live with my sister, or something like that. And it's, no matter what that situation was, is that person made those choices. And good choices get you to the next level. Good attitudes get you to the door, and you have to knock on that door make the choice to go through that door and then deal with the consequences on the other side of the door. Because every level of this game that we're all playing, you know, has a boss. It has an end boss. And if you're not going to beat that guy,
Yeah.
or that gal, or that them, or that there is going to be the consequence of you never progressing to the next level. And like you said, you're taking a view on how you're introspective on how you behave around these other people, and that'll allow you to see the consequences of your attitude in these situations. So you know this guy, this gal, it is not going to make progress, you know, in your industry. They're not going to be like, thanks for being a great boss. 6 months from now, they're going to be, man, I wish I had that great boss. You know what I mean? It's the consequences of that choices. You're never going to stick up for this person.
Right.
You know, he's decided to make an enemy out of you in a sense. You don't have to actively be against him. You don't have to try and make his life worse. But you definitely don't have to go out of your way to make someone's life better.
Sure.
And
yeah, you don't get the challenge. I think that people don't understand is maybe your boss can't hurt you, but they don't have to save you.
Right.
Right. And sometimes your boss is saving you from choices that you've made because they like you.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's that simple. Yeah, sure, there's a rule, right, that says this is how things have to be done, but your boss likes you. And so when that rule, they know the rule, right? They're aware of the rule. They're aware of what you did. They're not confused. You made a choice. You made a mistake even, right? Sometimes we make completely 100% honest mistakes, and we're still guilty of failing to meet the expectation.
But once that consequence comes due, you got to own up and you got to try and make it right. And if you decide not to make the next step, then you'll never be nothing more.
So
never be nothing more.
There you go. So that was a hard conversation. That was kind of a bummer. But overall, work's going good. Family's going good. My daughter actually had to take an emergency room trip just on Friday, which was kind of a bummer. Fell, caught a concussion. One eyeball bigger than the other eyeball, vomiting. I mean, just all
pupil.
Pupil.
Not
Sorry,
the
one
actual
pupil
eyeball.
was large, one dilated. But you know, that's always hard when you have a kid in a tough spot. At the same time, had a paper for school, got an A. Very happy. I was very excited. It took like 6 days to get my grade back. I was kind of like having like a little minor anxiety attack there that I didn't have my grade. So good stuff going on. I think I don't know. It was just a good week.
Yeah.
Just happy with where I'm at.
Well, as Thanksgiving is coming up next week, and since we're probably out of time, I mean, I'd like to end it with a challenge. You know, maybe this week, if you watched, next time you're in the car by yourself, why don't you go ahead and, you know, sing yourself a song about how thankful you are that you didn't get in that car wreck, you know. Oh, he done cut me off, you know. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.